Yeah, so my business partner, Desiree Vargas Wrigley, she was at the Kauffman Foundation a few years ago, and Hurricane Katrina hit, and she wanted to figure out a way that they could give to individuals. Everyone was giving to the Red Cross, but they couldn't see how their money was being used. And she really, and a lot of her younger associates there really wanted to see the impact of their dollars. So they thought they should have fundraising pages, that people could donate directly to individuals. Around the same time, I was in Washington, D.C. in law school, and I was training for a marathon that I decided to run. And I was raising money for a nonprofit organization for cancer, because my dad had passed away from cancer when I was a kid. And they gave me a fundraising page, and I had a goal of $1,000 initially, and I raised it really quickly, and all of a sudden I had a $5,000 goals, and I started getting $10 and $20 donations from people all across the country, and I ended up raising about $6,500, and I just thought, wow, this is just a powerful tool. What if my cause was cancer, what if your cause is kids in Darfur, or what if your cause is battered women's shelters or the environment? Everyone should have a tool like this. So Desiree and I met through a mutual friend, and we kind of combined our ideas together. And I was in California, at the time we called her up. We talked for about 3 hours on the phone, clicked. 2 weeks later, moved out to Chicago, 2 bags, and then we started the company. Yeah, I think right now there's no better time ever to start a business, to start a startup than yesterday. The second best time is today. And it's kind of what I believe in. And it's really true. The cost of capital has come down tremendously. 10 years ago, it might have cost $5 million to start. Like, let's just use a web application as an example. A website might have cost $10 million. Now it can cost as low as $50,000 to get something started. So it's accessible to so many people that there's no reason not to try it. You don't want to look back on life and say you have regrets because you decided to do something, or you didn't decide to do something, more likely. So I really say go after it. The cost of capital has gone down so much. There's so much open software available to everyone. And there's things like Kickstarter, where you can raise money from your friends and family. You don't have to go to a venture capital or angel investors. You have an idea, create a fundraising page and ask friends and family to get started. So GiveForward is a social venture, and we're social entrepreneurs. And that means that the idea is that we can do good and do well at the same time. And that for us, it's the best of both worlds. It's really, we get to do a job that I always say that I would do for free. And in fact, for a couple of years we did do for free because we weren't taking salaries. But for us to actually get paid for what we're doing is tremendous. And to do so much good in the world is a lot of fun. And one tip for all budding entrepreneurs is I would say, become a social entrepreneur first. Your first business should be a social venture. And that's for 2 reasons. 1, you're going to do a lot of good in the world. But 2, it's a tiny, tiny, tiny bit easier because everyone wants to help you out. Everyone wants to say, oh my God, you're doing this, let me help you out, let me volunteer my time. And people treat you sometimes as a nonprofit and as a startup. There's so many things that are stacked against you, the odds are stacked against you, that if you can get any tiny leg up, even if it's being a social venture, I say it's almost like cheating. No one wants to help out an oil company, but everyone wants to help out a social venture. So it's a little secret insider's tip. Maybe I'm a little biased because we run a social venture, but I really think you get the best of both worlds. So I highly recommend it.